We're here in the Spinney's refugee camp near Tyre, and the people who live here, Syrian refugees, this is very typical of how they live all over Lebanon. They come from Syria, fleeing from the war. They don't bring much with them other than the clothes on their back. So when they get here, a lot of them are involved in agricultural work. They live in tents like this one. You can see that the outside of it is plastic. It's made of scrap wood, and there's even tires on the roof. This particular tent is our schoolhouse. We have a program here for children where we teach Arabic and math. We also teach ethics, Bible to the children, and we have a women's literacy program. We were actually working in the camp for about 5 years. We first started out giving blankets and food portions and that sort of immediate humanitarian aid. But the people in the camp told us our biggest need is education for our children. A lot of the children here in the camp have never been to school before. The war's been going on 10 years in Syria, and they've been here for 8 or 10 of those years, and kids that are 14 or younger have never been to a school in Syria. And even the ones that are older have forgotten what they learned in Syrian school. So we really feel that the Lord has called us here to this program where we teach the children enough literacy and enough mathematics for them to have a future, for them to be able to operate a small business or have a good job when they go back to Syria. We also do a women's program here in the afternoon. Siham is the lady who's in charge of our women's program, and she does women's literacy and she does crafting with the ladies also. The women's literacy program is one of 2 that we offer here. Siham also teaches women's health and child care. And the women's health and child care program actually began when we started helping women get babies out of hospitals. We discovered that the women who can't pay their hospital bill are sent home without their baby. So we're actually going to the hospital right now to help get a baby released from the hospital. This girl has been in the incubator for 17 days, and the hospital is holding her as a hostage for the unpaid medical bill. They won't release her until it's paid in full. So the parents are at the hospital now, trying to get the baby out, and I'm going to go help settle the bill. We've actually helped 103 babies get released from the hospital over the past few years because hospitals here in Lebanon hold them until the bill is paid. So we started helping the ladies get their babies back from the hospital, and that grew into the program we have now, where we offer 5 different lessons on women's health and childbirth. We also offer them help getting into the hospital, being admitted, and bringing their baby home with them. The class offers everything from how babies should sleep to how they should be nursed, the women's health care after birth. Many things like that are involved in that program, and all of it's scripturally based. Each lesson contains a story from the Bible related to women and their health and their childbirth. The people that we work with here in our trauma therapy program are Syrian refugees. They've come from cities all around Syria where the war is taking place. All of them have lost something. They've lost a home, they've lost loved ones, they've been injured in the war, they've lost their jobs, and all of them are traumatized. Many of them suffer from anxiety and depression and post-traumatic stress syndrome. And the program that we have here is a clinically based program using eye movement desensitization and reprogramming. It's a technique that helps the brain process trauma so that disturbing memories are taken out of the present working memory and placed in the long-term memory where they belong. And in doing this, it helps people to no longer suffer from trauma on a daily basis. When we do the program here in the camp with the refugees, we do an intensive treatment, 2 sessions a day for 3 days. This intense exposure to trauma therapy helps them to process all of these traumatic memories in a very short period of time. The basics of the program revolve around drawing out pictures of the traumatic experiences and then using processing to help the brain process those images and take those disturbing images and place them in the long-term memory. And then we help them to use bilateral stimulation, techniques like the butterfly hug, which I will demonstrate in some of my videos. They use these techniques to help the brain process these traumatic memories and put them in the long-term memory. One of the things that's important about what we do in the camp here is that we're showing Jesus to people. When we feed the hungry and help those in need, we're really being the kind of people that Christ wanted us to be, ambassadors of His kingdom here in the camp.